Storm in northeastern and central PA.
Quite frankly, it's probably going to be the worst.
Veteran plow truck drivers put this in perspective. 2 feet of snow fell in many locations, making driving in many parts of our area nearly impossible.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. As long as I've been here, I haven't seen it this bad.
The PennDOT Command Center showed nothing but white and hardly any vehicles on the highway.
I think the motoring public staying home today has been a big benefit to everyone.
It's been a significant storm, and I just want to make clear we're not out of the woods yet.
Dealing with what has fallen already and what is still to come.
Team coverage of the blizzard of 2017 is our top story on Newswatch 16 at 5.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for being with us tonight. I'm John Meyer.
And I'm Julie Sidoni. It has really been a big one. We are all going to remember it. The blizzard of 17 will be talked about decades from now.
Many of you stayed home and watched it snow, and now some of the snow totals in our area are the highest in all of the northeastern U.S. Newswatch 16 has team coverage from all of our viewing area tonight.
I'm Stacy Lang in Lackawanna County.
I'm Dave Bowman in Luzerne County.
I'm Allie Gallo in Schuylkill County.
I'm Jim Hamill in Wayne County.
I'm Nikki Kreis in Union County.
All of that's coming up, but we're going to start our team coverage with the latest on the storm itself.
This set an all-time record. How much more can we expect now? Chief Meteorologist Kurt Aaron is in the backyard. Kurt.
Well, we said yesterday this could be a historic storm, and it certainly was a historic storm. Most snow ever recorded in one day in our backyard. Let me show you the numbers so far. And again, this is data received from you, and we thank you very much. Storm trackers reporting anywhere from about 10, 11 inches of snow to as much as 25, 26 inches of snow. You can see Duryea there, 25.8, Blakesley at 21. WNEP 19.5, that breaks the old record. Single day recording of snowfall of 18.7. That was with the blizzard of 93. So today is the most snow we've ever received in one day here in northeastern and central Pennsylvania. And 19 out there in Muncie, 24 in Towanda, 16 in Lewisburg, 16 in Tamaqua, and Beaver Springs at 16.5. So a doozy of a storm, and we still have snow bands out there tonight out in central Pennsylvania, still dealing with snow at the rate of 1 to 2 inches an hour, and also in our northern tier, Bradford, Susquehanna counties dealing with the snow 1 to 2 inches an hour. We'll be tapering off over the next hour or two. There's the storm system that is slowly going to move north and east away from us. But if we look at a close-up satellite radar, those bands that I was talking about across the northern tier and out there in central Pennsylvania, still probably about another hour or two of that before they eventually taper off. Much more on the forecast, guys, coming up in just a little bit. Historic snow event here.
Just incredible, Kurt. All right, we'll see you in a few minutes. Thank you.
Some of the highest snow totals came around the Scranton-Wilkes-Barre area.
Some PennDOT veterans are comparing this storm to other blizzards in recent memory, 2007, 1996, 1993, and they say this does seem like the worst. Newswatch 16 Stacy Lang begins our team coverage in Lackawanna County. Stacy.
Yeah, good evening, John and Julie. Lackawanna County, much of it got close to 2 feet of snow. As Kurt just mentioned, here in Moosic, where we are very close to WNEP, close to 20 inches of snow. As you can imagine, all of that snow cripples all of the interstates that run through Lackawanna County. Interstate 81 is behind me, and for the first time today, we're actually seeing pavement down on Interstate 81. It was snow covered, very low visibility for much of the day. Still, though, very few cars, and PennDOT says that's been the key today. People have stayed off the roads, and that's allowed them to do their jobs. Earlier today, we stopped by what PennDOT calls its Internal Command Center, or ICC, in Dunmore. A plow truck dispatchers kept an eye on almost 40 different traffic cameras. At times, there wasn't a single vehicle on any of those cameras. Minimal traffic made it easier for the upwards of 300 plows on the interstates.
Not only do we have in our excess of 220 snowplows from just District 4, we have mobile emergency teams that are here from the northwestern part of the state near Erie because the storm didn't impact them very well. So they're helping us along in our Interstate 380 and 84 corridor.
Now, if you had to travel today, walking was, of course, your safest option. Very few businesses in Lackawanna County stayed open today for those customers braving the blizzard on foot. Late morning in Lackawanna County, and things didn't seem to be getting any better. So Lexi and Vanessa Pentak of Archibald figured this would be their only chance to get out of the house. They went to the only place open for breakfast.
So Brian promised he'd be open. We thought, why not? It's just a block away. We'll walk down, have coffee, get some breakfast. If we're going to be trapped inside, might as well get out for a little bit.
This is Brian. He opened up Old Town Coffee at 6 o'clock in the morning as usual on a far from usual day.
Oh yeah, they loved it, especially the guys that had to go to work at 6 o'clock this morning. The mailman, the water company, they're all out working, so they were all here, so they were happy I was open.
When we stopped in around noon, snow was creeping toward the front door of the place Brian planned to close before lunch and walk home. In Dunmore, ours were the only fresh footprints leading to the open door at DePietro's Pharmacy.
One of our customers got discharged from the hospital. They weren't a customer, but they said that, they called over 20 pharmacies and the pharmacies didn't have their medication. So that was actually my first customer of the day, and it made me feel like my decision to get out of bed this morning was a great one.
Jason Esperance was customer number 6 for the day. He needed his medication and walked a mile from his home to pick it up.
It was a long walk. It was a lot longer than it would have been if we didn't have 2 feet of snow outside.
Now, it's not looking like much else will be open again tomorrow. Lackawanna County government offices and City of Scranton government offices and City Hall will be closed tomorrow, along with Colts buses in Lackawanna County. The snow is still falling here. So, again, if you don't have to be out in this weather, stay home. Stacey Lang, Newswatch 16, reporting live in Lackawanna County.
Interesting view of all those PennDOT cameras, Stacey. Yeah, thank you very much.
In Luzerne County, the snow fell faster than road crews could plow.
Our team coverage continues now with Newswatch 16's Dave Bowman live on Public Square in Wilkes-Barre. Dave.
Julie, John, this afternoon, 3 cities in Luzerne County, Nanticoke, Hazleton, and Wilkes-Barre, announced a travel ban. There were very few vehicles on the road and a lot of people shoveling. Domingo Torres and his son spent the afternoon shoveling from the roof of their tire business on Hazel Street in Wilkes-Barre.
It's going to be a lot of snow, and we don't want the roof collapse after we get too much inches, so that's why we got to take this out.
Domingo hopes to open soon, but today almost nothing is open in Wilkes-Barre. More people walked than drove on city streets. Nearly everyone driving in Luzerne County was taking a risk.
I'm getting a bit of movement there.
30 Chiazon is a nursing assistant who left his shift at Wilkes-Barre General to drive to his home in Kingston. He almost made it, only to get stuck a quarter mile from his home at the end of an exit ramp along the Cross Valley Expressway.
And I got somebody who picked us up, helpful citizen, got us back to where we live, and I just walked back up in my boots.
While 30 Chiazon eventually got his car back on the road, Domingo Torres and his son got some curious looks from the few drivers who watched them get the snow off the flat roof of the family business. And Domingo didn't mind.
It looks very nice from here. You should come over here and enjoy the view. There is a lot of nice views from this area.
And in the past couple hours, our view has improved. The snow is tapered off. That can give city crews a better chance to get a handle on things and clear some of the main roads, which right now are slick and for some cars barely drivable. And again, there's a travel ban in effect in this city. Dave Bowman, Newswatch 16, reporting live in downtown Wilkes-Barre.
A lot of improvements behind you there, Dave. All right, thank you.
And now Newswatch 16's Allie Gallo joins us live from downtown Pottsville in Schuylkill County.
There, the heaviest snow started before dawn. Allie, how is it there now?
John, Julie, the snow has stopped significantly, and for the first time today, after a long day of being buried in the snow, we're starting to see the pavement here in the parking lots and on the streets. And we actually saw the mayor last night when we got to Pottsville, and he assured us that the Pottsville Streets Department is one of the best in the state. So we thought we'd go out on a plow and take a ride through the city. It started snowing in downtown Pottsville around 8 last night, and the city's streets department got right to work.
We have to be out here as it's snowing. We have too many hills and too many tight streets, and it seems like tragedy always happens around these storms.
And because of those hills and narrow streets, city officials say they try to make it as easy as possible for the people who live here to get back to their normal lives after the storm.
We're at Eric. What block?
The city is under a level 2 snow emergency, which bans parking along streets and limits drivers on the roads.
It's great when there's no traffic, but when there's pedestrians, you have to be careful you don't whip them with the salt when you go by.
15 trucks and 15 drivers. By the end of the day, Tom Whitaker says they'll use about 200 tons of salt. He says he's not necessarily concerned about how much snow we are getting, but the duration of the storm.
We'll go until maybe 5 or 6 o'clock tonight, and then we're going to go home, sleep for a few hours, come back out and work overnight cleaning up.
During our half-hour ride along this afternoon, conditions started to improve significantly.
You see now the snow has tapered down and there's already blacktop here that you can see. But this is a 2-lane street that's really wide, but not anymore.
And that's why they'll be back out tonight, even after the snow stops, to clean up. Whitaker made one last promise to us before our ride along ended. He said if there is another blizzard this winter season, we get to drive the plow truck.
You guys can come down and drive on this road. You can speed up and down it.
Now that level 2 snow emergency has been extended until tomorrow for the city, and we talked again with the mayor last night and the streets department today. They said one of their biggest concerns once again is the wind for this evening. It's for the most part has stopped snowing right now, but the wind is definitely picked up, especially from this afternoon and this morning. So blowing snow, drifting snow. That's why they say it's very important that they get back out here overnight tonight to clean up these streets. Allie Gallo, Newswatch 16, reporting live in Schuylkill County.
That's a lot of pavement behind you, Allie.
It's
Most we've
good.
seen all day. Thank
They
you.
have barely started digging out from this blizzard in Wayne County.
And that is where we find Newswatch 16's Jim Hamill live in Honesdale. Jim.
John, Julie, the snowfall was just relentless no matter where you went in Wayne County today. Just take a look at where I am right now. Corner of 7th and Main Streets in downtown Honesdale on this huge pile of snow that's been plowed up, and you can barely make out that 20-foot mural behind me here at the corner of 7th and Main Street. So for hours, the snow piled up around homes and businesses throughout the area. And I'll tell you, the borough of Honesdale has just decided to declare a state of emergency, asking everyone who's not emergency crews and essential personnel to stay off the streets until 8 o'clock tomorrow so that they can take care of a lot of the snow that's fallen all over the place. So many people tried to stay ahead of the snowfall here using anything they have to their disposal: snow throwers, shovels, plows, and ATVs. While lots of folks stayed home, some were out on the roads with pickup trucks and heavy-duty vehicles. Crews have been out since early this morning trying to clear the roads so that emergency crews can reach people if needed. For many, this is a snowstorm of a lifetime.
One hell of a blizzard, that's for sure.
It really is.
I was excited when I went to bed for it last night, but kind of regretting it now.
Maybe the easiest way to get around today was on foot, especially in the downtown. Some people even strapped on cross-country skis, and I did see snowmobiles on the borough streets earlier today. Now that snowfall has tapered off, and the plow trucks and the plow crews can get out and really clear a lot of the side streets. They definitely hit the main arteries today, but they're going to have to do a lot more cleanup here. And I did measure in my backyard just a little bit earlier, 25 inches here in Honesdale. Jim Hamill, Newswatch 16, reporting live from Wayne County.
Just amazing, Jim. Skis in the streets.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
The Poconos, of course, hit hard too, pretty much shutting down the borough of Stroudsburg.
And that's where Newswatch 16's Peggy Lee joins us live with the latest there. Peggy.
Well, John and Julie, it almost seems like a ghost town out here, as you can see behind me. We found plenty of people out here shoveling, but we also found plenty of people willing to get out and play in the snow. Main Street in Stroudsburg seems like a ghost town. Stores shuttered due to this blast from Old Man Winter, much to the disappointment of those who ventured out into the snow.
Yeah, we kind of decided we were cleaning off our cars and said we'd go for a walk. We thought Dunkin' might be open, but they're not. Starbucks is closed, so we're going to head back home.
As the snow kept falling throughout the day, people did what they could to keep the white stuff out of their way. How long have you been working out?
4 a.m. Same parking lot.
Over and over again?
Yes.
It's that bad?
Yes.
Well, I got off of work, so that's good. But I still have to work. So, I mean, we did not expect it to be this bad. We just thought, yeah, it's going to be bad. But, man, we walked into the snow, and I have on high boots. They went right into my boots. And I was like, oh, this is going to be a long day.
But for others, this March storm was turned into a winter wonderland as they took it as a snow day to enjoy.
I'm from Florida, so I don't usually experience this. So,
what are your thoughts then?
I love it. I love it.
It's nice.
It is. I just made my first snow angel, so that was very fun.
And now we have seen plenty of snowplow trucks out, both borough trucks as well as private contractors trying to keep the roads clear. But as you guys can see behind me, there's still plenty of work left to do. Peggy Lee, Newswatch 16, reporting live here in Stroudsburg.
All right, Peggy, thank you. And you know it's tough when even the coffee places are closed. You can't get a cup of coffee.
That's when you know. We have a lot more coverage of the blizzard of 17 to come.
Including some young people doing their part, helping to free an ambulance stuck in all the snow. That's coming up next on Newswatch 16 at 5.
And later at 5:30, your look at all of the snow. We check out some of the photos you sent us on Facebook in just a bit here on your snow station.
The school.